This is PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every bet until you know in each perk. Travis tested waters, help you swim even the feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every bet until you know in each perk. Travis tested waters, help you swim even the feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you eat.
Hey guys, it's me, Travis with PlayerProps.ai. This is what we're looking at for Wednesday's NBA games. Yeah, you heard that right. We're locking in NBA, and if you paid attention to the words that came out of my mouth for yesterday's tip-off games, you won more money than you lost because we are undefeated so far. We all locked in Thompson under 5.5 assists. The game did go to double. Man, he was at 5, and he was at 4 in the first half. And of course, there's always going to be people that sweat and tilt. I mean, you can sweat. That's okay. We all sweat bets. But tilting only gives you bad juju, which gives your bets bad juju. If you don't believe in that, if you don't believe in superstitions, I don't even know if you're a real bettor. They're real. You got to have positive thoughts, positive vibes. You bet on a 4-quarter bet. In MLB, you bet on a 9-inning bet. In football, you bet on a 60-minute bet. You cannot sweat things in the first quarter, in the second quarter, in the third quarter. Give it the entire time. A bet is a winner until it is not, as we saw with Thompson under 5.5 assists, which hit for everybody who paid attention to the first show that I did for you. You guys had 48 hours to lock that in. We recorded that on Monday. It is now Wednesday, and we're looking for games today. We only had 2 games yesterday, but as you see here, bada bing, bada boom, we got a handful of things happening. So we're going to find the best possible play, which again, for all those who are new and tuning in for the first time, first off, welcome. Make sure you do yourself a favor by doing all the free things I've made available to you right now, today. Not tomorrow, not the day after. Do it today. Show yourself, show the sports betting gods, if you will, that you actually care more about winning than you do losing. If you care more about winning, you're going to do the free stuff we made available to you. And here's a quick recap on what that stuff is. You download the free PlayerProps.ai account. You download the free PlayerProps.ai app. You create a free PlayerProps.ai account on the free PlayerProps.ai app you just downloaded. You subscribe to this free PlayerProps.ai YouTube channel, and you tap the bell notification icon after you do that, which alerts you every time we drop a video. If you wait till 48 hours after a video drops to watch it, chances are everybody who's already watched it has moved the lines, and you're going to get a less favorable line, if anything at all. So again, before we continue, let's recap those first 3. Download the free app, create a free account on the app, subscribe to this free YouTube channel, get into the free Discord, and for the love of all that's holy, do step 1 after you do that. There are far too many people joining the Discord and completely ignoring the channel staring them right in the face that says unlock free access. And then they comment, hey, how do I unlock free access? There is a channel that we've literally called unlock free access. You just have to do what it says to do in that channel. It's not rocket science. You just need to read. You just need to apply yourself. But here's a quick recap on how to sync your account. So the first thing you do is you have to be in our Discord first. To do that, it's very simple. You just click on the Discord logo here in the top left of the app. One click, boom, you're in. After you do that, there is one more step you have to do. You have to go back to the PlayerProps.ai app. You have to click the profile icon. On the app, it's in the top left. If you're on desktop, it's in the top right. It looks the same though. Profile icon. Click on it. There's a big blue button that's going to stare you smack dab in the middle of the face. On that button, it says Connect Discord. Tap that button, log into Discord, and it syncs your Discord, your free Discord account with your free PlayerProps.ai account. Channels have opened for you. And then, of course, after you upgrade, because it's already connected, all the free channels in Discord, or all the premium channels in Discord, will unlock for you as well. And if you're not sure how to upgrade, that button is also on your profile page. Click the profile page, it'll say View Options. Which you see the bar on top of my head after this one here. There's a week pass we're doing for anybody who has never had full access to the app ever. You can actually get your first week for free. All the details on how that works is on the page. You just got to go to playerprops.ai/weekpass. Type it in your browser. You can type it on Safari, type it in Google Chrome. I don't give a crap what browser you use. Playerprops.ai/weekpass. That's how it works. Now, Now that you've gone over all the free things, which hopefully you do by the end of today, if you care about yourself and care about your financial well-being, you'll do the free stuff at minimum. If you can't do the free stuff, I guarantee you will not be a successful bettor. It is a 100% guarantee if you do not apply yourself, if you do not use the free resources I've made available, you do not care enough, and if you do not care enough, you're going to make bad decisions. And when you make bad decisions, you lose money. Now that tangent's over with, welcome. Welcome everyone who's still watching, who likes to win more than what they lose. Let's teach you, again, how to use this app. That's something else I want to tell you guys for just tuning in. If this is your first time watching this video, the Monday through Friday show we do for you guys, for NFL, for NBA, for any sports, it's educational. It's teaching you how to use the app. If you never actually use the app and use it exactly how I'm about to tell you I'm going to be using it for today's games, you're not going to be successful. You have to actually use the app to have success. I'm teaching you how to use the app. So everything I say when I think out loud, when I'm clicking things, for tomorrow, when we're not going to do a video for NBA, because tomorrow is going to be Sunday Night Football, we do Thursdays, and on Fridays we record our Monday Night Football show. So there's not going to be any more NBA until next Monday. So from Thursday through Sunday, you're not going to have a video for that specific day. So what do? You go back to this video. What did Travis say we're supposed to do for this example, for this, when he sees this? What does he say this? How does he do this? If you just copy and paste what I'm doing on this show for Wednesday, it will work the same when you look at Thursday, when you look at the app on Friday, on Saturday, and Sunday. Use the lessons I teach you when you're using the app. If you're not using the app and you're just watching this to watch to see what we end up on, I mean, you're not going to be a successful bettor, but you are still going to make money because we win so often. This YouTube channel, just I think since the start of NFL season, has won like 75% of our props, which no other channel on YouTube can say that. And you can't say that we're lying because we don't delete videos. You can go back and watch for yourself. Now that we're 6 minutes into making sure that you are being held responsible for all of the losing that you're about to have, that is about to happen for you for not applying yourself, and how the people that do apply themselves win on a daily basis, which you can see in the Discord winning screenshots channels. Let's get to it. Are there any over trifectas for points? Lo and behold, because we have more than 2 games, the trifecta button, which is what this T button does here, highlights the trifectas. There are actually 2 over trifectas on points for today's games. We have Anthony Simmons now on Boston, who is, I don't want to say he's taking the place of Tatum, but he's getting a high uptick because of Tatum is out for the foreseeable future. We also have Donovan Mitchell, Spida, against the New York Knicks. Philadelphia last season, that was in the top. So I've explained what this means, but if you didn't watch the first video, first off, shame on you. But here is a quick explanation again on how the defensive ranks works. This is different than all the other sports. There are 30 NBA teams. There are 5 NBA positions: point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. 30 teams times 5 positions. There's 150 different ranks. In the top 1 through 49, or sorry, in the top, if it's 1 through 49, that means the defense is stout. If it's 50 to 1, is it like 50 to 149, something like that. It's gonna be yellow, which is why this is yellow here. And then if it's the bottom third, which is 100 to 150, yeah. So 1 to 49 red, 50 to 99 yellow, 50 or 100 to 150, I believe, is going to be green. You want to find defenses that allow a lot. When they allow a lot, it's going to be green. This works a little differently than the other ones do, because when the other ones, when you see the number 1, you're going to see green, but for this one, you're going to see red. That means the defense allows the least amount, so it does work differently. But we color code it to make it easier for you. Just remember, red is bad, yellow is mediocre, and green is good. So just remember those colors. The colors work the same for all the different sports. This is 1 position or 1 rank away from being yellow. So even though it's red, just remember 1 more and it's yellow. So it's kind of right there on the borderline. We're not really sure the role that Simmons is going to play in a new look Boston team that is very different than what we saw in the playoffs last season. We have Derek White, Anthony Simmons, Jaylen Brown's questionable, playing out of the small forward, Sam. Like this, I don't even know if this team's going to make the playoffs, especially if Jaylen Brown's going to have injury concerns. But this is what the team looks like now. This is not, it's not your grandpa's Boston Celtics team. I'm actually curious what the spread is in this game to see if, like, yeah, if they're going to have these guys. I mean, so yeah, we got Paul George out, which is a big part of this team, but this is still a pretty decent starting lineup. So I'm curious, before we even consider Anthony Simmons, who's a trifecta on the overplay on a brand new team here for the Boston Celtics. He came over from Portland. I'm actually interested to see what this game looks like. So what are you looking at? Boston? What? Even with this mishmash team, Boston is still favored to win this game? That's weird. They're giving Jaylen Brown a lot of credit. And then, yeah, Derek White's okay. Okay, so the spread isn't like anything crazy. Celtics are favored 3.5. So the good thing is that this is roughly going to be a close game. And what the number one thing that you want to avoid in NBA, if this is your first time betting NBA, the number one thing you want to avoid is choosing players on either side of a blowout. Blowouts ruin props. There are a lot of games they have to play in a very short period of time. I mean, sometimes they play 4 or 5 games a week. If they're part of a blowout, especially depending on if they're older, if they're the LeBron Jameses, the people who are have hip replacements and knee replacements and all kinds of things like that. If the team is up or down by like 15 to 20 in the fourth quarter, chances are they're not going to get their full average amount of minutes. They're going to put some scrub third string, fourth string players in. So you definitely want to avoid blowouts unless you are betting on a blowout to happen. And what I mean by that is this guy, for example, Jose Alvarado. We don't like betting on baby lines, but I'll explain what I mean by betting on blowouts. Jose, he is not part of the starting rotation. If he was a projected start, his name would be here. We know he plays on New Orleans, and we can click, okay, who's New Orleans playing? His name is not here. So even if you don't basketball, you can still check this to see his name on here. So that means he's coming off the bench. He's a bench player. If, in theory, you have the Pelicans getting either blown out by Memphis or Memphis blowing out the Pelicans, where Jose Alvarado is going to get a lot of fourth quarter time from a blowout, that is when you would consider a prop of somebody coming off the bench. When I say that blowouts ruin props, it's mainly for the starters because that's when they get rested. This is interesting. So I actually, personally, I do not like baby lines. Baby lines are lines that are lower than the trifecta minimum. If you don't know what the trifecta rules are on how to set filters up and all the other things we look for, there's a channel in Discord. Remember that thing I said at the beginning about you have to join the Discord? It's not an option. You have to join the Discord if you expect to have the success that you want. In the Discord, in the free channels, after you've connected your free accounts together, there's a channel called Trifectas. Look at that channel. Go to it for WNBA/NBA/college basketball. For points, it'll say the minimum line we look at is 15. So anything lower than 15, I consider a baby line. 6.5, lower than 15, consider a baby line. But again, if you have a blowout happening, that's when you can consider someone off the bench. But I don't like necessarily playing in bench props because they're not guaranteed a certain amount of minutes. But let's just look at Jose Alvarado for a second. Just to continue on with this tangent. Do we have them blowing out? So Memphis is a minus 166 favorite, which is what? A 4.5. They're a 4.5 favorite, right? But the AI says that this is way too much of a favorite for this team. That's why it's red here. It says that this is an overrated line or overrated money line. They should not be a 62% favorite, which is what the sportsbooks are saying, with a minus 166. They should be a 59% favorite. So this, of course, says don't bet on either money line here. If you're going to do anything, it says the spread is probably more recommended. But we look at that and we learn that this is going to be a close game. Because even though it's already a close game with a 4.5 line, the AI says it's going to be even closer than 4.5. So if we go back to the predictor, to our bench player, Jose Alvarado, aka Baby Line, the concern is this is not going to be a blowout and it's going to be closer. So how much time is Jose Alvarado actually going to get? So that's the thing to pay attention to there with bench stuff. But like I said, we don't focus on bench stuff. It looks like in me talking, something just updated. We just clicked this trifecta at the beginning of the show and there were only two. I don't know if his line went down or his projection just went up, or maybe the sportsbook just started favoring him. But we had a red defense, almost yellow, and we had a yellow defense. But now, look at this. We have a green defense. Detroit is near the bottom of the barrel out of 150 in allowing points to point guards, opposing point guards. Josh Giddey, opposing point guard. Line is 17.5, which is above the Baby Line minimum of 15. Projection is a nice 31% difference. Kobe White's out. Oh yeah, the Bulls have like Okoro now. And Trey Jones. So what I'm seeing here is I think the starters in this new look Bulls is White and Giddey anyway. So Trey Jones essentially gets slotted in with Kobe White out. They're not going to bench Josh Giddey, or they're not going to it's not going to be Kobe White and Trey Jones. I feel like it'd be Kobe White and Josh Giddey as the two main guard rotations. So because Kobe White's out, I feel like Josh Giddey is going to get a lot more responsibility in minutes. This is how he became a trifecta. His line, when we started recording this, I think was, wait a second, wasn't this 17.5? This line is changing like crazy. I'm pretty sure we can find it at 17.5, but I think he's still a trifecta. Yeah, I think it's his line. His line keeps moving, which is why he keeps going to trifecta, back and forth from trifecta. Let me do something here real quick. People like betting on NBA, man. They change the lines quick. Chicago Bulls. So his line was at 17.5 when he popped up as a trifecta. Now it's 18.5. So not necessarily a trifecta at 18.5, which is why he didn't show originally. But we caught it enough to notice it, so now we can intentionally look at it. Yeah, not a trifecta, because this has to be 25%. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, is it the sportsbooks are favoring the under at this line? That's what it is. So at 17.5, DraftKings favors the over. At 18.5, you see the under is more favored at minus 115 versus minus 111. So it's just gotta pay attention to the line here, but I wonder if we can get this at 17.5. There was no sportsbook as of this second, but I think 18.5. 18.5 with, it's still minus 111. It's just, they juice both sides. I hate when the books do this. They're so juiced. Not bad juice, but they should, one side should be plus, one side should be negative. They can't be negative both sides because that's how they steal your money. But yeah, this is very interesting. The last three games he had, 34 minutes, 41 minutes, 40 minutes. Now granted, these two were the same team, 40, 41, 20, 25. We just need to get 19. He got 17 the last time he played Detroit in February of this year. He shot 4 for 8 in 31 minutes played. He did get into foul trouble. He had 4 personal fouls, and all he needed to do to hit this line was make one more bucket. 23 minutes here, 36 minutes, 29. So as long as he plays, hold on, 31. So as long as he plays 32 minutes, I think he should be fine. And what's his projected minutes? You can go down here and see this. Projected minutes is 34. Oh, I was actually going to mention this. So we have a new stat. We have new stats that we've added. We've added double-double projections and triple-double projections. So that's what this means, double-double and triple-double. Now, what they are essentially saying, this 0.75 here is like saying he's got a 75% chance to get a double-double. And then this is saying he's got a 27% chance to get a triple-double. And we know that Giddy, so right now he's more than likely going to get 10 points. But when we look at rebounds, his projection at rebounds is 10. We look at assists. His assist is 8.38, so it's not crazy to think that he can't get a triple-double, but it's saying because his projection of rebounds is over 10 and his points is over 10, that's why the AI with this new projection here says he's a 75% chance to get a double-double. So that's just something new we've added there. So that's what you see. When you say 0.75 for these, that's the percentage chance. Not how many double-doubles he's going to get, because it's either, is he getting one or no? It's a 75% chance at a double, a 27% chance at a triple. So yeah, new feature that I forgot to tell you guys about. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you can get this at 17.5, get it at 17.5. Get it on the lowest line possible. But, I mean, if your sportsbook maybe even says like 18 plus, that's the same thing as 17.5. But at 18.5, I still think we like this. I swear, if we lock this in at 18.5 and he finishes with 18 exactly, which means the 17.5 line hits and the 18.5 line doesn't hit, we might ride in the streets. But I'm glad that we caught it in the middle of the update where the DraftKings were changing their lines or updating their lines. So we knew to look for him in the first place, because I don't know if I would have looked for him. Oh, okay, so yeah. He's a trifecta at 18.5 because FanDuel still favors the over at 18.5. So, yeah. So it's not about the projection. It's not about the difference. This stuff all hits the mark. It's the odds if the sportsbook favors it or not. So then we go back to the comparison tool. If we know we're going over, we want to get the best payout possible. This is something that if you are new to this is called line shopping. If you want to be successful better, you have to line shop. You can't just be betting on one sports book the entire season. You're going to cost yourself a lot of money. But here, it says that Fanatics on 18.5 line, they don't favor either side. It's a coin flip. ESPN Bet, coin flip. DraftKings slightly favors the under more than the over, which means it's not a trifecta. But because FanDuel favors the over more than the under, on FanDuel it counts as a trifecta. But that doesn't mean bet it on FanDuel because we're going over. That just shows you it's a trifecta somewhere, which is kind of the thing you want to focus on. Is it a trifecta on at least one book? You don't want to bet on FanDuel if it's the same exact line. Oop, did it just update again? No. You want to bet this on DraftKings because they pay you more. So FanDuel, stamp, this is a trifecta. But when you actually bet it, you want to get paid the most. This is the reason this box is highlighted green. Hey, you looking at this tool, bet this on this book. It will pay you more. That's what the green stuff does for the prop comparison tool. It highlights. This is the most money you can make on what you're going to bet anyway. If you're betting 18.5, you are completely dumb if you have access to all these books if you're not betting the over on DraftKings because they pay you more. And the goal of sports betting is to get paid the most when you're right. First, you got to figure out how to be right. Then you got to figure out how to get paid the most. So it keeps updating the flashing stuff because this stuff updates all the time. And speak of the devil, the odds just got better. DraftKings is changing very quickly. Holy moly. It's now minus 107. So in the middle of me talking about it, DraftKings now paid you more than 2 seconds ago. So yeah, you want to look at this on DraftKings. So ladies and gents, Kobe White's already been ruled out, so that's not like a questionable thing we have to pay attention to. So that's what we're looking for Wednesday's NBA games. So make sure that you're doing the bare minimum. If you just fast forwarded from the beginning to the end, you're not going to be a successful sports bettor. Go back and watch the beginning because I taught you a lot of things that are important to your future, to your financial well-being. Your family will thank you, I promise. Do the free things at minimum. If you can't do the free things, you can't expect to be a successful bettor. There's a lot of free things made available to you. If you want to know what they are, go back and watch the video from the beginning like you were originally supposed to. Good luck today. We'll see you guys in the Discord. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, unless you're a psycho. See you.